immolated himself because he was totally helpless. He was locked into a box where within a prison system which was so corrupt that wouldn't even let him open a stand to make a basic living. And he sort of created a spot in the whole Arab world. Now, I think that neither the fundamental Muslim Islam nor the regimes that kept him in a box, which were essentially capitalist regimes, were working. And if you look back on, and neither of them really offer solutions. However, neither is radical revolution. I think that 150 years ago, when we look at Scandinavia, probably the same conditions existed as they exist today in the Arab world. If things were to work out the way they ought to, without revolution and without radicalism, the Muslim world could evolve into a Muslim democracy, just as Northern Europe evolved into a Christian democracy, in a sense, combining socialism, in a sense that Scandinavia exists today, and in a way that it was an impoverished, unfair, unjust system 100 years ago, and today is a progressive state that no one would ever dream of having a revolution.
Thank you. We'll take the two more people standing here with questions. Thanks.
Okay. I'd like to go back to the point about Egypt and especially the strikes in the working class involvement. I mean, yes, there were some small left groups who were important, but much more important was the stuff that happened in the workplaces. And there was we were all excited about the demonstrations in the square because of the point when they started talking to the government, you thought, oh my goodness, what's going to happen here? And then the strikes broke out. And that's really what broke the regime, but it went further than that because it didn't just, people just didn't stop working. They showed them how people could take things into their own hands. The bus drivers who shut down traffic in Cairo, but left open the lines to take people to the demonstrations. The strike and print workers who changed the editorial line of the midday paper. You could watch a lot of news, but not see some of these things explained. Even the gas workers a little later on were, saying we won't let the natural gas that was being shipped to Israel continue. And yes, they were demanding a minimum wage, or also demanding a maximum wage for managers, which I think is a fantastic idea. And this is not just a fight against imperialism, obviously. It's a fight against their own ruling classes. But often the problem in that region has been imperialism. A lot of people felt forced into backing their own strongmen in opposition to imperialism, and they show that those aren't the alternatives. Not just Islamic fundamentalism and imperialism, but state capitalist, secular nationalism as well. Just as much as not something that we have to choose from. But when someone says the military is now taking over, well, yes, that military is backed by, $13 billion US dollars every year. And the US is also now backing democratic leaders who are, to be pushed to the front, who will follow the IMF and the neoliberal economy. And that is imperialism. I don't know exactly why that has to be that term has to be problematized. That's what that is. That's happening now. The main danger to the Egyptian revolution is not the Brotherhood, it's the US. And obviously, imperialism changes its face, and you can't just rely on same terms over and over again. But that's still what it is. Just lastly, this idea that sort of fundamentalism is backward, that even the leaflet for this flyer, with the title and the picture of the U.S. murders in Iraq, and it's women wearing a burqa, it seemed to posit a kind of equivalence, even though people are not saying that's not what they mean. In rural societies, often revolts look backwards. I mean, in the English Revolution, even throughout revolutions, that's part of it. But people all then move forwards and struggle. And yet, so of course, Islamic fundamentalism is not the path that we would we would say is the best point to take, or is going to lead towards full liberation. But again, I think I agree with speakers say that's a product of imperialism, and to confuse that with some sort of backwards quality inherent in the religion, I think it's wrong. Again, there's Christian fundamentalism in the United States, there's Hindu chauvinism in Egypt, the IRA bombed people. I mean, some of these things are on the sides of oppressive states, and some of them are on the sides of
that we agree with you on.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Okay.
Fred.
Okay. A series of short corrections. I hope you don't get offended by it, but I've listened to everything, and a lot of things have been said, and we have a lot of very good people here, but a lot of them are mistaken also, so I want to make some corrections. First, the left forum. Left forum is March 18 or 19. That's the anniversary of the start of the war in Iraq. It should never have. There should never be a left forum on that day. It's absurd. People have not demonstrated against the attack on Libya. That's not true. There was a demonstration on April 9th, and who was there? A lot of people, about 10 to 15,000 people on Union Square, and they marched. And there was a second rally there. It was very animated. There were a lot of Muslims, a lot of people, a lot of Muslim folk there, and Arabs. Iran. I have an issue with this. Ahmadinejad is not a mullah. Ahmadinejad is a man of the people. He's a PhD in engineering. He was elected with 66% of the vote. This is a real vote. This is not a cheat. They said that he cheated, and there was this people walking around with cell phone during the revolution in the street. But the fact is, he was elected with 66%. So if we are democratic, it's like this man was elected. These people want their own country. Now, this brings me back to what the left is. I'm 57 years old. I'm a kid of the 60s. Okay, so I went through all these things. 60s was not a white revolution. It was the black people who started it in the 50s and 60s and all that stuff. The white people just rolled on. The youth was, they were afraid of the war. But the reason was it's not for freedom. It was because there were some genuinely oppressed people in America and everywhere in the world. Actually, what started the left being so strong in the 50s was the anti-colonial movement. The anti-colonial movement is a nationalist movement. It's not a communist movement. It means the people who want to have sovereignty and self-determination. That's very important when we start talking about the left, because at that time when I lived in France, the communists were 20%, and in Italy they were 33%. The left was extremely strong at that time. You're asking me why the left is not strong? It's because it doesn't support self-determination anymore. When Libya gets attacked, people are just saying, whoa, what kind of revolution do they want? No. Why are we supporting anybody attacking that country? I don't care if it's Gaddafi. As a matter of fact, I support Gaddafi now. Because we are so freaking confused about this that we are not saying that we should leave these people alone. It is their country, we're there to steal their oil, and the reason why we're so confused about it is because we forgot what the left was about. The left is about the self-determination of the people around the world. That they have to determine themselves. You have no business telling them how to live and how to determine their revolution. Okay.
Thank you, Fred.
Can I just say a couple more?
No, we got two more people, and we're going to lose the room. Thanks.
I want to thank you all for preparing this wonderful event. The young people, I think it's so great. We need more people like you. There should be a bunch of people like you fighting, because it's in the youth where the revolution basically stays. I want to speak today because I happen to be the Consul General of Venezuela, and now I am a diplomat, but for all my life I've been an activist, just like you. I'm the Consul General of the country. And I'd like to basically tackle, speaking as an activist, as a socialist all my life, I'd like to say a quick commentary about love and socialism. I think we have to think about the language we use to create the world we want to live in. And when you say that you're activists and communists, I don't see any problems. He says that he's Christian, I'm Christian as well, but you know what Chris would talk about what's the common, that we have to put, well, whatever we have, all the riches that we have to put it in common, right? And I think we all agree about that. But regarding Venezuela, I want to tell you that it's very difficult for me being an activist in you, like since I've been 20 years old, I've been an activist just like you, and seeing that here in the US, they put so much weight into Chavez having a meeting with Ahmadinejad, or Chavez meeting with Hillary Clinton and with Obama, and with, like hundreds of leaders like every day, and you put so much weight on that. But I want to tell you, like, on behalf of my people, this is a process about people, this is not Chavez. Forget about the figure, because if we, do that trap, as he said, then you're not going to see the people behind the Venezuelan revolution. There is people doing great things, and we have to live out of all, because if you don't live out of all, you would die. And there is no way out. We're working on what we have. We would like to do a perfect revolution, something that we could look at it, but there is no way for a perfect thing. We're just trying to do transformative things. It's about the people, it's about the poor people trying to make new things, trying to empower themselves. And also, we have trust the people in the US very much. We believe that what we're doing is important, and we believe that solidarity is important. When we give a little bit of the all that we have, it's not to say that we're going to solve the problems of the poor or the Bronx. No, it's just a way to say we are sharing what we have. We have oil, and we want to give a piece of the Venezuelan hearts to the poor people in the Bronx. Because if we all do that, we will make a better world. So I please want to tell you that we don't know if the Venezuelan revolution is going to survive, because we're constantly under the threats of imperialism, of the military machine, the Mises machine. You cannot read what the